No. Are you using the same number? Ah, look at that. Here he is. Mr. Livissianis. Lovely to see you.
Hear me now?
I can.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Yes.
Almost official. All I need is another telephone call and we'll call things off again, eh? Hello.
Why not? Why not?
Now, is the
Yes.
shade, I've got the sun coming through the window. Is this too?
So, no.
Is this good?
That's good.
Yeah.
Am I too dark?
You're a little bit dark.
I did that because the sun was shining. But we're all good. Expect the unexpected, as Con Livissianis says.
That's it. You said it. Been to India 16 times and expect the unexpected.
Lovely. That's what we like to hear. So, Con Livissianis is an experienced CEO, a fellow of CPA Australia, the Australia Institute of Company Directors, Institute of Managers and Leaders, and a member of Chartered Management Institute in the UK. He is an entrepreneur who developed an online skills test for CEOs and directors. He's also a director on 2 not-for-profit boards and travels to India 2 or 3 times a year with his fintech product, as well as training corporate governance training programs in his well-renowned 3-day conference program. But today we're listening to Con speak about his Exemplar online skills test. So, Con, can you tell me what's unique about your online skills test? We're talking for a 7-minute presentation today.
It's a practical test that tests people in 17 different categories. It's a 60-minute test and the results come out in 15 seconds and is available to the person who pays for the test within minutes.
Lovely. And who is your ideal client?
The ideal client for Exemplar is anyone who has a turnover of, let's say, between 50 and 100 million Aussie dollars, has employees of 100 to 200 employees, and it doesn't matter what sector of the marketplace. They're the 2 main issues, the number of employees and turnover.
Okay, and the benefits to your clients in actually doing this, or paying for one of these tests?
There's 2 sections to this test. There's the recruitment side, and there's also an analysis of skill gaps. So the recruitment is to undertake a test for, say, the last 3 candidates who are applying for a job, and the skills gap is identification of someone within the company who wants to find out whether they have the capacity, practical capabilities of upgrading from, say, an assistant accountant to an accountant.
Lovely. Can you tell us what are the benefits to the end user? Are they overly keen on using this skills test? Is that a bit scary?
Online skills tests are just another measurement that the employer, in most cases, can use to distinguish, say, 3 candidates. They will do other, let's say, as part of the recruitment process. Obviously, they'll do the interviewing and get a feel for the person and whether they'll be able to fit in the organisation. Ours is just is a skill, examines the practical capabilities of the person, and can be done very, very quickly. It takes 60 minutes, and as I said, the results come out very quickly, and it's online, obviously.
Okay. Does the CFO do the same test as the CEO?
The CFO test and the CEO tests are very similar, except for the early part of the test, which is focuses on good corporate governance, which is a significant aspect of running a business internationally. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. People are now wanting to know that senior executives understand good corporate governance.
Yes, it's certainly becoming a thing, isn't it, in the corporate world. Just reminding you, we're in a 7-minute session today, so we've got 3.5 minutes left to go. How do I go about placing an order for this test?
Simply go to our website, exemplarpa.com.au. So it's very simple, and follow the guidelines.
Lovely. We'll include a link in the bottom of this video for people wanting to have a look at that.
Thank you.
Can you tell me, what do the results look like?
They're in 17 different categories, and they're on one sheet of paper. So it's very simple. It gives an analysis of each section as a percentage, and then the final result as a percentage.
Okay, so is it like a pass or fail type test?
This is not a pass or fail, just an indicator of practical capabilities of the person who sat for the skills test. And it's, like I said, it's if you're in the you're recruiting someone, it'll give you the differentiator. If it's skills gap analysis for an employee, it can be done very simply and very interesting, short one-page report.
Okay. So as you said, it can be used as a recruitment tool. Is there a question that I haven't covered today that you'd like covered?
How much does it cost?
Yes, very good question. So can you tell me that? What's the answer?
In the upper levels, it's approximately 500 Aussie dollars. And in the lower levels, it's approximately 200 Aussie dollars. So it goes anything from an accounts payable officer all the way up to CFO, CEO, and director.
And it seems quite obvious, but what's the unique aspect of this product? Is there anything like this in the market?
It's very, it's an unusual test in that it's based on practical capabilities. So case studies are within the actual skills test, especially from accountant, financial controller, chief financial officer, chief executive officer, and director. All of those have case studies. And you'll find that very few other skills tests are built in this way. It's a multiple choice test, so you have to select 1 out of 4 answers.
Okay, that gives us a really good feel for what's going on. In a practical sense, have you used it on large scale number of people? Can you give me an example of?
What happens is at the higher level at directors, it's an in-house exercise in that it's controlled by the chairman, and each director, no matter whether it's a board of 5 or a board of 15, they all undertake the test in a very private area. The results only go to the chairman, and the chairman then has an analysis undertaken by me as to give them an indicator of certain strengths and weaknesses. It's not a pass or fail, it just indicates areas in which directors can be, let's say, trained up on so as to improve their skills.
Terrific. Sounds wonderful. We're going to have people lining up to do that test, Mr. Livissianis.
Good, thank you.
Yes, and I'll add a link to the bottom of this video so that people can inquire and take it to the next step. Lovely to talk to you, as
Thank you.
always.
It's my pleasure.
And I'm sure we'll be speaking to you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Con.
All right. Bye.